What's up, guys? Getting ready to do a water change here at night. I picked it because I like the lights, so I figured it'd be more fun to do it at night than in the daytime. Plus, my mom is on vacation, so it's a good time for me to show you how the apparatus works. So this is a little tip. This is how I do it, and once I show you this, it's gonna save you from ever having to use a bucket and ever again. So, and I'm gonna show you how it works. I'm gonna show you the physics behind it, and it's gonna be a lot of fun, and hopefully you guys like it. All right, check it out. All right, as you guys can see, last time I changed the tank, it's March 3rd. Today's the 5th, and this is how much poopy. This is how much waste that these guys have made down here. It's unsat. So I'm gonna show you how I do a water change. We're gonna go for the 100%, and we're gonna get all this waste out of here, and hopefully we'll have some happy new fish. I want to put these guys in this little container down here so that they're not in the way, like obstructing anything that I'm filtering or that I'm siphoning out. I don't want these guys to get stuck in the siphon. It could happen before, and it's pretty sad. So I do have to siphon a little bit into this bucket here. I got this at Walmart, and I'm gonna put the fish in there and then get the plant out, and then I'm gonna show you how the apparatus works. I like to siphon some water into that bucket so that the fish can come down here and not have to stay in the tank while I'm draining it. It's not safe, so I got like a 5/8 short tube just for a quick siphon to set these guys up with like a little bowl to hang out in. Here's my favorite part. Time to play. This is the secret to never having to ever use a bucket again. Okay, so this end hangs inside the tank. This part right here hangs inside the tank, and it has a little ball valve here. We want it to be open right now. This tube is 1-inch tube. This pipe is 1-inch pipe. You got to make sure that the tube fits onto the PVC. So altogether I have 1-inch pipe, 2 90-degree elbows, a ball valve, and depending on how far away your tank is from your toilet is how long you need to get your tube. The tube's expensive. $2 a foot. This is 30 feet, so you know the math right there, it's $60. So, on the other end of the tube, this is the part that matters. This part right here is a fitting that actually has the 1-inch PVC pipe in the fitting and then C-clamped on. This is C-clamped on also, but I wrapped it in a sponge so it doesn't scratch the tank when it hangs on it. I'm going to show you how all this works right now, but I'm just giving you a basic layout. This is threaded. I'm going to show you what that's used for in a minute. So just so you get the idea, you can see what it looks like all on its own right now. Okay. This is going to matter later. This is an extension pipe for that, for deeper tanks, like a 55 gallon or a 29 tall. You'll see that in a minute. Okay, so we're going to do a quick recap. See, as you see, this sits right inside of the 20 long. It comes in maybe about an inch above. I put this piece of rubber is on here for when I need to put an extension pipe on, like if I want to make this longer or shorter, you know what I'm saying? You can either add it or not. So this is where I want it for this. Right here, the valve is open because we are getting ready to drain it. And as you see, the tube goes all the way to the toilet. I'm going to show you how this works in a second. Before we start draining, make sure your heater's off because it will explode as soon as it gets cold or it reaches the air. It's going to keep being hot. It'll shatter. It'll shatter. So make sure your filter's off. Make sure your heater's off. You can leave the air on. It doesn't even matter. We're going to cut those off, and then I'm going to start siphoning just to get it started, and then it's going to take care of it. Because it's based off of gravity, I actually have to start siphoning this just to get the gravity started. It'll start once it starts. As you can see, it's starting to go. All I got to do is trap it under the lid. Okay, so the water is coming by way of gravity. I just started it with a small suction just to get the siphon going. See, she going right now by itself, just based off of gravity. And not one drop of water is leaving the tank or coming up over the tank. It's just draining straight from the lid, or straight from the, it's draining straight from the tank, just by way of gravity. And it's going in here. You know, the tip doesn't go in the toilet, you know, nothing. It just sits right here, and I just put the lid on it to trap it. And that's it. It's draining. It's draining all by itself. I'm not lifting a bucket. I just had to suck start it because this is higher. Because this tank is higher than the toilet bowl. Once the water starts going down, gravity will keep pulling it. It's just basic physics. So now that that's going, it's draining. We're going to try to swirl this water up, maybe wipe the sides, get rid of that waste on the bottom. Okay, the tank is completely drained. Maybe 10 minutes to drain it. So all went down the tube, and now here comes the fun part. When we fill it up, we use this removable shower head. I got this from Lowe's for $12. Who cares? It's not really, I mean, it's fun to remove anyway. You know, if you have kids, you can wash their hair real easily with it, or if you want to clean the bathtub, it's easy to use. But it's also good for filling up the fish tank, and this is where it comes into play, that this fitting is what I was talking about. Okay, so at the end of the shower head that sits up there, you remove it, and you gotta take this. These two fittings have to match. You gotta have two male fittings. You know, and this has the 1 inch. The hose part has a 1 inch pipe that slides into the tube, and then I have it cinched down, obviously. So now with this end, instead of using the shower head, see, that screws right on. Easy adapter. Easy adapter. Now this is on. It's secure. It's totally tight. You know, you run your shower. Remember the temperature. Now it comes deep down through the tube. Same way it came out. No buckets. And here it comes. Right back out. And we make sure that the valve is open. This matters in a second when it's time to take it apart. But right now we just kick back and let it see clamp connecting it right there, but I keep the sponge on it so it doesn't scratch up my tank. And as we're doing this, you know, so I know which day to change the water, I'm gonna put up a new date here in a minute. We'll do March 5th. Maybe took a minute. Now the first thing we want to do is, first step, shut off the water. Make sure that the valve is closed like this. That's how you know it's closed, because it goes sideways. If it was straight, it would be aligned with the pipe, and that says it's open. So now you know it's closed, because when you unscrew this, the valve is open. All the water that you just filled up is going to come rushing right through the pipe because of gravity and come straight back out, and then you lost it. So you close the valve, then you unscrew this, put this back in the toilet bowl, and then you open the valve. Okay, we're disconnected, we're all lined up, but none of the water came out because the valve's closed, so it seals off all the water like a straw. When you put your finger over the top of a straw, you can hold your soda in it. Anyway, so now that this is in here, none of the water is coming out. Then you lift it out, and you open the valve, and all the water that's remaining will clear itself out. And you can ravel it up, store it back under your bed. But first, before you open the valve, you gotta take it out of the tank. You gotta do it. Or else, as soon as you do, as soon as you open it, it starts draining the tank. It's draining the tank right now. So you gotta make sure it's out and it burns. And now it's all escaping the tube, and it's going straight back in to the toilet, and then this will be safe to roll up and store under your bed.
Trying to run up and down, yeah. Man, how you run your mouth. Man, how you run your mind. This is what we talk about. Look at how we trying. Life is oh so short and life can be unkind, yeah. No, I'd like to help you out. I'd like to be behind you.